Hey everybody, it's me again. Just wanted to pop on and do a short video or something that kind of just came into my head today. Dealing with a rough day myself. I was having a pretty good week, and then all of a sudden yesterday started getting wrapped up in my thoughts, feeling a little down, and that grew into the evening. Went to bed early, was just drained, and then today just woke up and been in a funk today. Dealing with loss is tough, and I hate cliches that are said, and it comes in waves, things like that. I don't like that because I feel like it's generalizing things, expecting everyone to feel the same way, and I get it. I understand why they're said, and grief does come in waves, but right now anyway, it just got me thinking, because I've been doing pretty good with living with the grief, honestly. Going through the fall, heading into holidays is going pretty good, and then dealing with a milestone right now, and that kind of brought me back down. And as I started to level off and think about what I was going through and why was I feeling this way, I was thinking about grief and how strange it is, these waves that they talk about. Because I knew I was headed into this milestone, and I knew I was approaching this day that had the potential of bringing up some bad memories. And I shouldn't say bad memories, that's not true. Some sad emotions. Good memories, sad emotions. And I knew the potential was there. So as I got closer to the day, I kind of started, looking at old pictures and, welcoming that sadness and that wave of emotion to kind of crash into me. And I was waiting for it. I said, all right, give me your best shot. And it did. It came. And where over the last few months, where I've had these moments where I feel down, 15 minutes later I get my mind off of it and kind of get back into my routines, my daily routines, and then back on the mend. Well, for the last couple of days it's been a little different, and I was talking to someone about it, and I come up with these analogies just sometimes in discussion, and what I had said was, grief, it's almost like an unwelcome dinner guest that shows up. Somebody shows up at your house, it's 5 o'clock, you just set the table, you're about to sit down and eat with your family, and your doorbell rings, and you go open it, and it's a friend of yours who, hey, it was in the neighborhood, just want to stop in. And being polite, you're not going to say, well, can you leave and come back in an hour? So you invite them in, and then they say, oh, hey, we just want to eat, I've got extra, you want more? And they sit down, they eat with you, and 5 o'clock turns to 6, turns to 7. Next thing you know, it's 9 o'clock at night, and you're thinking in your head, I just want you to leave already. Why are you still here? So sometimes with grief, I think it's a little bit like that. When you are, I'm not talking about your first month, year, where you're living it day in, day out. Every day is just as intense as the next. I'm talking about where you get to a point where the good days outnumber the bad, and the longer you have these stretches of good days where you're not curled up in a ball in tears, the more you have these good days and they stretch further apart, you don't, you get brave, and you're not afraid of those bad days, because you feel like I can do it. For me, it's been 3 years, and I felt, yeah, bring it on. And I opened the door and I let grief in a little bit, and allowed myself to feel the emotions, allowed myself to get shaken a little bit. And whereas I thought it was going to be maybe 15 minutes, look at some pictures, and I'd be better, grief stuck around on this round, and it stuck around for dessert and drinks afterwards, and I woke up the next morning and it's still there. So anyway, you dig out of it, you find things to be grateful for, you recenter yourself, you clear your head. For me, I went for a walk outside, cleared my head, said, okay, I'm allowed to feel how I feel, and it's fine, but I need to kind of come out of that now. Okay, I've given myself the time for the self-care to feel, just to feel it, and lower the walls, lower the defenses, and just let it come on in. But now it's time for it to leave, and being able to see that, analyze that within yourself, and then address it accordingly, it's huge. It's tough. I mean, I wish I could tell you, well, if you do this, this, and this, you'll get there. It didn't come that easy. I'd say you gotta figure out who you are first, figure out what you believe, figure out what your foundation is going forward, and that's what helps with those things. When my wife passed, my foundation, which was my family, was destroyed. The foundation I grew up with, which was my faith in God and Jesus, I questioned, and I was spiraling because of that. I had no foundation. Ask anyone you know who does construction. Hey, what'll happen if I build a house without a foundation, right? It's gonna fall. So my foundation was not strong to deal with grief when I lost her. And I had to reestablish a foundation, and I did that through 2 channels. First and foremost was God, and getting back into my faith and searching for answers in the Bible and not through other avenues. And then the other thing was my friends and family. Without either of those 2 things, I could be sitting here doing a video trying to encourage anyone else or lift anyone else who might have fallen down today, because I'd still be down there with you. So I would just say the point of this video was me just addressing the thing that the grief, you might feel like you've got it in control, you've got its number, it's no longer getting your number, right? Well, that may be true the majority of the year, but don't be surprised when you have one of the days like I had over the last 2. And when it happens, just be ready for it. Be able to identify what you're going through as a normal emotion, as a normal reaction to the loss you had, and knowing it's a normal reaction, deal with it with normal ways that it can help you get through it. Not abnormal things like running for the alcohol bottle or needing to go pay a medium or a shaman for an answer. Build your toolbox now of ways that you can address these things when they happen to you. Ways that you don't need to wait 2 weeks for an appointment. You don't need to self-medicate. Start coming with ways where you can kind of put things at ease for yourself, because you don't know where you'll be when you may have one of those days. Maybe you're away on vacation without the resources you normally have. Maybe you're, at a public event that you don't want to leave, a celebration of some sorts, and things start hitting you. The toolbox is just ways that you can kind of bring yourself back to ground level and focus on your foundation. So foundation, figure out what that is for yourself, build it now. I'm not going to tell you, well, here's what your foundation should be, because for everyone it's different. You may be a Bible churchgoer, you might be an atheist. You might be someone who already has all the answers, and you're watching this like, what's this guy talking about? Just work on that toolbox and get that foundation built. So anyway, thanks again for watching, and hope I didn't take up too much of your time, but go out there and try to enjoy the rest of your day. All right? I know I'm going to. Thanks.